Now, Ryan Poles has really been stacking his chips on the offensive side of the ball this year, getting DeAndre Swift, Keenan Allen, Gerald Everett. He's been adding some key weapons for Caleb Williams. And in the draft, I think he'll continue to do that. You'll get a Roma Dunze at pick 9. And then you're looking at your receiver room and you're like, all right, Roma Dunze, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Tyler Scott. That's the 4 guys we got. I think Tyler Scott in the second year with this offense, he's a speedy guy, a vertical deep threat. I think he has potential to be all that. So he could continue to blossom into that and develop in that with our new receivers coach, the new offense. I think it'll fit him more. So maybe we'll see more from him this year. But I think this receiver room needs more depth. So 3 guys I would add to this, offense to improve depth, some moves that Ryan Poles and the Bears need to make before the start of the draft or after the draft concludes. A receiver I would add is Jaylen Guyton, receiver from the Chargers. He's worked with the receivers coach that we have now, has worked with Keenan Allen. This is a guy last year and the year before dealt with that torn ACL, so really didn't play too much. We didn't see too much from him. Looked like he lost a little step, but with the full offseason to recover and to get his mind right, get his body right, everything, he could come into a scenario where he has some familiarity with the guys in this locker room and the coaches on the staff, vertical threat, deep threat, like a lot of guys in this receiver room. When healthy, he's dangerous as a third or fourth receiver. He put up 500 yards in 2020, 2021. He put up, 400 yards, but he's still, as that third or fourth option, like I mentioned, he's still a viable guy, a guy that can get it done, and another playmaker for Caleb Williams to add some more skill to this receiver room, because you could never have enough weapons, especially with, 17 games in a season. Guys could go down. You need as many weapons as possible. And I like, the contract wise, it would be a cheap deal. Wouldn't break the bank getting a guy like him. And then the next receiver I like, Deontay Hardy, receiver from Buffalo last year. He had a huge year with the Saints. He's more of a return man, but I mean, you look at, fifth in NFL in punt return yards. Usage and a punt return for a touchdown last year with the Bills, 12.4 yards per return. So as a return man, he is your guy. He is one of the best in the league, and that's what we needed last year. Trent Taylor, I mean, he didn't give us much. He caught punts, but that's really all he did. Velus Jones, Tyler Scott, other guys, I don't trust him too much to return punts or be a return man. So I think Hardy could come in and give us exactly what we need with that and still be effective, in the receiving game. With the Saints, he had 500 yards one season, usually like a 200-yard kind of guy a season. So still, though, deep play threat, get the ball down to him, deep, smaller guy, but really good return man. And like I said, can still be effective in the receiving game as your fifth option. Just give you 200 yards. That's what we need. We need more guys that can do something. Last year, DJ Moore, Kokomet, those guys went down. It's over. We have no other weapons to get the ball to, and we saw Fields struggle. So having a rookie quarterback in now, you need multiple guys because the season is long, like I said. So it's going to take, some guys like Deontay Hardy to have a big game, one game to save us and to help us get a crucial win over the Detroit Lions or the Green Bay Packers. And in the return game with the kickoff, rules changing, having an effective guy that can make more plays happen and make more things happen in the return game would be huge. The next guy I like is Phil Haynes, guard from the Seattle Seahawks. He's familiar with Shane Waldron's offense. Really good depth piece. Can play both guard positions. I know we got Ryan Bates in the center from the Rams, but you can never have enough depth. I mean, Nate Davis. Him and Tevin Jenkins. Those guys usually get banged up, so it's a long season. You need guys that can fill in, and especially last couple seasons, Tevin Jenkins has missed a lot of time, and we're stuck, with Cody Whitehair or Lucas Patrick. So huge emphasis on this free agency. What I've seen is Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus, they want to fix that. They want to resolve that and make sure that, we don't have guys missing time. And we're losing games because of it. Offensive line is struggling because of it. So I think those 3 guys would be huge additions to this offense and this, locker room, this team in general. Getting those guys, great depth. You can never have enough depth, and that's going to be the key for the Chicago Bears moving forward this season and being successful or not having a successful year?
He said all the right answers. His PR team, they prepared him pretty well. Says he likes deep dish pizza, has been, doing his homework, studying over Walter Payton, Michael
Michael,
Jordan.
that boy excited. He geeked. You know when you watching Mike tape, you geek.
Yes.